and today we're going to be talking about my most anticipated release of 2015. Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard. So my first impressions went a little bit like this. I can't believe that it's here. It's in my hands. Guys, look how pretty it is. Look at all the detail and the color. Wow. You can feel the raised gilded letters. Look, there's little wolves in the M. And there's this, they got the Magnus Chase emblem on the inside. Wait. The funny chapter titles are back? No way. Yes. Yeah. Basically, it was something like that. At least inside my head, I was going crazy. I absolutely love this book. This is definitely one of my favorite covers. If you are looking for a middle grade novel in this book, I gave it about a 4 out of 5. If you are looking for a young adult novel in this book, I gave it about a 4 out of 5. But this book is a 5 out of 5, especially if you are looking for the perfect transition novel between middle grade and young adult novels. It is perfect. It deals with a little bit more of the bigger issues like young adult would, but it still has that lightheartedness that a middle grade novel would. And it's so well written. The world building is great. Rick Riordan did an amazing job with this book. So 5 out of 5 stars to Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard. This book is basically about this boy named Magnus Chase, who is a citizen of Boston, Massachusetts, and he has recently become homeless. And then he finds himself somehow tangled up in the world of the Norse gods. Yes, Chase is not a coincidence. He is related to Annabeth. And so yes, all of these stories are in the same world. And yes, I said Norse gods like Thor and Loki. And that's all I am going to say so that I don't spoil it for you. It was amazing! So go check it out, read it, then come back for the rest of this video because I'm getting into the spoilery bits. Hello, spoilery people! Magnus Chase's humor is a lot more dry than Percy Jackson's is, and I'm like Sheldon, I need a sarcasm sign, so it took me a little while to actually get the humor in this book, but once I did, I could not stop laughing. Annabeth showed up in the first 20 pages, which was epic, and I'm really excited to see how she reacts to the fact that there are Norse gods, because I know that she knows that there are Egyptian gods because there was a crossover between the Kane Chronicles and Percy Jackson and the Olympians, but I have not read it yet. So no spoilers please, but I'm really interested to see how she handles this news. In the Percy Jackson and the Olympians series, Percy asks about how different people perceive hell and Hades and that kind of thing, and the underworld. And he is told that people of different beliefs and religions will see it the way they want to see it. But in this book, there are 2 different places that people go when they die, and they are essentially 2 different worlds, not just parts of Earth, because this is Midgard and these are 2 completely different places, and so I'm interested to see how people are perceiving death in all of these different books as a world as a whole. I really hope that Rick Riordan writes kind of like a novella or an essay or something perceiving or explaining how the death is perceived in all of these different worlds. Speaking of death, it says in the little flap here that sometimes the only way to start a new life is to die. So I figured he would die and then be revived and continue on his adventure, or he would start an adventure, then die, then be revived, and then the rest of the series would continue. But no, he is essentially dead. The entire book. Shocker! I was like, what? So he's dead? So that's a bit of a surprise for me. So in Percy Jackson and the Olympians, we are shown monsters and how they are killed but they cannot die, and they are reborn, and if you're lucky, it's a lifetime after you have been dead. But here we're not seeing this same thing. In the Percy Jackson and the Olympians books, giants are a race/type of monster, but here they are a whole species. And so I want to know what the difference between these giants are and the giants in the Percy Jackson and the Olympians series, because the worlds are interlapping. Speaking of different species, we see a dwarf and an elf in this series, and Hearth has magic, which is really cool, but the magic is perceived differently in this realm than it is in the realm of the Greek gods. But still, Rick Riordan connects with his past audience, his past fan base, and mentions that, oh, Hearth passes out more like Jason Grace, even though I don't know who that is. And he also talks about the sword, who is a talking sword named Jack, and at this one point Magnus is like, hey, can you turn into something that I can carry around easily, like a pen? And the sword's like, a sword pen? That's the stupidest thing I have ever heard. And as we all know, Percy Jackson's sword, Riptide, is a pen that when he uncaps it becomes a sword. Now, I knew quite a bit about the Greek and Roman gods and some about the Egyptian gods before I even started the Percy Jackson series and the Kane Chronicles, but I went into this book knowing absolutely nothing except what I have seen in the Marvel movies, which varies very differently. I was really hoping that Magnus would not be a son of Thor or Loki, because we already see them so much in our culture today with the Avengers, and I would like to see a new perspective, especially on the gods that I don't know as well. And that happened. I got to see Magnus Chase be a god of Frey. Now, if you didn't know this, if you didn't catch on in the book, the days of the week are named after the Norse gods. There's Thursday, which is Thor's day, and Friday is Frey's day, and it continues on like that. Even in different languages like German, Thursday is Donnerstag, which is Thunder Day, and Thor is the god of thunder. Who knew? But anyways, I was really happy to see a new god, and I'm really excited to see how he plays a bigger part into this storyline. So basically, I fell in love with this book. It was amazing. The storyline was great. The world building continues to be amazing because it is still set up in the same world, and I can't wait to see what Rick Riordan is going to do next in this series. So which Norse god is your godly parent? Let me know in the comments down below, and if you liked this video, give me a big thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more. That's it for this video. Bye!